our starting lineups tonight.
Welcome, wrestling fans, to Wausau West Senior High School, for the dual meet between Wausau West and your Lincoln High School Red Raiders.
Wrestling for the Warriors at 132 pounds.
Starting off at 132 pounds. Wausau West has Luke Lowe, a senior. Your Red Raiders, Zach Hamill, a sophomore. At 138 pounds. The Red Raiders have a sophomore, Weiler Lubick. Eric Addison. Matchup at 145. The Red Raiders have a senior, Hunter Knudsen, and he will be taking on a sophomore, Nicholas Hankins.
For the Warriors at 145 pounds, a sophomore, Nick Hankins.
The matchup at 152 pounds. The Red Raiders have a senior. His name, Berg Diebel. Wausau West has a sophomore, and it's Noah Bauman.
52 pounds, a sophomore, Noah Bauman.
The matchup at 160 pounds. The Red Raiders have another senior. It's Billy Sawyer. He will take on a sophomore from Wausau, Josh Woolett. At 170 pounds, the Red Raiders have a junior, A.J. Schutz. He will take on a senior, Callan Hankins. Matching up at 182 pounds is a sophomore. He will take on a junior from the Wausau West Warriors, Justin Bonke.
A junior, Justin Bonke.
At 195 pounds, the Red Raiders have a junior, Lane Collada.
Wrestling for the Warriors at 195 pounds, a sophomore, Hunter Canese.
This is Hunter Canese put into the lineup.
Wrestling for Rapids at
for Wausau East.
Pounds, a senior, Jacob Haas. Wrestling for the Warriors at
220 pounds, the Red Raiders will forfeit. And they will forfeit to the senior from Wausau West, Tim Manu. At 285 pounds, the Red Raiders also have a forfeit. And Travis Rags, a senior from Wausau West, will get that forfeit.
Wrestling for the Rapids
106 pounders, a freshman for the Red Raiders, Damian Bennett. He will take on a junior, Rachel Trevino.
A junior, Rachel Trevino.
The matchup at 113 pounds is a pair of juniors. The Red Raiders, Cale Bennett, will take on a junior from the Warriors, DJ Yang.
At 113 pounds, a junior, DJ Yang.
At 120 pounds, the matchup looks like this. A pair of juniors again. Alistair Greening, your Red Raider, will take on Cameron Schmeiser
20 pounds, a junior,
from the Warriors.
Cameron Schmeiser.
And the final matchup of the day at 126 pounds, Ryan Searing, a freshman for the Red Raiders. He will take on Carter Nabawaki, a sophomore for Wausau West. Both teams are 1-0 coming into this dual meet. Joining me, my name is Scott Tesh. We'll be doing play-by-play. Joining me on Matt's side, Hall of Fame coaching member, Mr. Lewis Benitz. Coach, good to see you at the dual meet.
Well, I think it's going to be a real Donnybrook, kind of a toss-up. I got a feeling we're going to win our share of matches, but giving away 12 points there at 220 and heavyweight it's a big hill to climb. So we're going to need bonus points. We're going to have to pick up a few extra pinpoints early, and I guess from there on, there's quite a tradition with these two schools. We met in the state finals. They both slipped a little the last couple of years, but I think there's going to be a real close meet here, and if we can get past the loudspeaker here and the pep band, maybe these folks will hear us at home.
They'll be playing tomorrow at the Milwaukee Bucks game. We also want to thank you, fans.
126-pound matchup, Zach Hamill and Luke Lowe getting ready to go.
Zach Hamill for the
132-pound matchup
for the Warriors.
This is a big match for us here, Scott. I think they split last year, if I'm not mistaken.
Hamill with a Russian arm tack, kind of loose, tried to drag him on by and missed. Hamill, only a sophomore, first time in the Red Raider lineup last year as a freshman.
He's improved. I thought last year he didn't move his feet very good. It's better this year. I thought he beat, who was it, Wausau East? Last week he beat a real, pretty good kid from there, a kid that beat him last year. So he gets into that Russian, but he doesn't get very good head position. Attaboy.
Shots and reshots and defensive counters, and we stand facing neutral with a minute left, no score.
That was a pretty good scramble there from both of them. So you think we got sound recording tonight?
I think we do.
I know last week you were down on the PA, and I narrated the whole thing, but I don't think we got any sound, so I don't know if folks heard anything or not.
30 seconds left, still no score, both on their feet, neutral. The Red Raiders taking out Wausau East handily last week, 66, I do believe, to 12. And Wausau West defeating Stevens Point, 48-23. Hamill trying to force that Russian to work here. 2 seconds, 1 and a 1 period, and we still remain at 0.
He's controlled the ties. He's been the more aggressive of the two, and that's good to see, because in the past he wasn't that way. So we just gotta, if Zach can keep from making a big mistake, he's okay. That's what he has done. He's made some costly errors in matches. Attaboy.
Hard start by Lowe, but Hamill stopped it.
Yeah. Again, the tradition, these two schools, there was a period when Wausau West was the second best team in the state.
And it just so happened that the Red Raiders are just a little bit more loaded and we're the best team.
Yeah, gee, we beat them twice that one year by a point, maybe in the dual meet, and by 2 points in the state finals. So, attaboy, come on, Zach. Attaboy, attaboy.
Right over.
He stayed right after that.
Yes, he did. Now, last year, like you had mentioned, he probably would have backed out of that.
Yeah.
And felt comfortable to give up the lead.
Yeah, he kept pressure on there.
1:10 left, still no score. Good legs right here by Hamill. Trying to get a little tip here.
Come on. He's doing a nice job controlling on top, and you know, it's not just a ride. He's controlling this thing here.
He's got to get a hand underneath if he can. That left hand, there he goes, got it out. Got a legs ride in. 30 seconds, still no score.
Well, Lowe isn't opening up at all. If there was ever going to be a stall, it'd be on him. He's kept his elbows locked in here. We got 20 seconds. We got to make it through this period like this. Zach Hamill's wrestling pretty darn well here.
10 seconds. No points here, Zach. Keep a wrist, tie him up. Don't let him out here.
Wow, that could have been one of those mistakes I was talking about.
He got a little bit off to the side, no pressure down on him.
With about 2 seconds left, he let Lowe kind of turn it and face him. So this is where you'd like to be now, you know. You got a 0-0 match, and you got good endurance.
They give him a 1 point free ride back to his feet. Lowe going to work from his feet. Hamill leads 1-0.
Wausau West must felt comfortable on his feet because there was no takedown in the first period, and I'm not sure even who had the style points there, but they cut him loose and gave him one, so now Zach Hamill just has to stay in here and wrestle a good match. He needs to get some head position. I noticed this the other day too. He allows coaches are yelling the same thing to him.
.128 left, still no score. Excuse me, 1-0 Hamill with the lead. I forgot he got the free ride back to his feet.
Lowe is pretty short and compact, and he keeps a really doesn't come out of position. Come on, Zach, stay after this.
Stay with this. Oh, he lost the head and underhook.
No mistakes here. No headlocks here. Whoever was yelling that.
59 seconds remaining, still 1-0 Hamill.
He's got to stay in position now and stay aggressive and stay on his feet and keep moving. I'm not sure Lowe has much offense. He's hard to penetrate on.
I think if Hamill can keep a hold of him here, he's going to be better off.
Yeah, he's got to neutralize him. Yep.
He can't let him get separated and take a shot with speed. Seconds.
Russian is good position for him to be in here. If he would just get some kind of head position, he'd be in great shape. He countered that pretty well. Stay in here, Zach. Wow. That was a good scramble there.
Yes,
good counter.
26 seconds left. Still 1-0 Hamill.
Stay tough, Hamill. Stay tough here. Don't let up.
Hamill could jab that down to the mat.
Well, he can't because he don't have head position.
Off the mat. Warning, stalling. Hamill backing off the mat. 9 seconds
And that
left.
was a legitimate call, I think.
Lowe with a shot. Hamill with a double underhooks and a counter. 2-1. Hamill with a win. 1-0.
Wow. That got a little hairy right at the end. And I think both guys are tired. It's early in the season, but they're both gassing here a little bit. But it was a tough match. He toughed that out. It was good to see.
Good start from the Red Raiders there.
He fought off a few. Takedowns there.
Weiler Lubeck goes to the head table. The Red Raiders have choice in the even matches. So we'll see what they do here.
Wrestling for Rapids at 138
and this.
Weiler Lubeck. And for the Warriors at 138 pounds, Eric Otteson.
This is Eric Otteson Jr.
Very well be our best wrestler. This guy is going to do well in the state this year. Weiler Lubeck is he's a good athlete and he's a good wrestler and he works hard.
Lubeck with hip position puts his hips up on top, but hasn't got the takedown yet. Now he does.
And that was off a counter. He was he could have been in trouble there. That's not a very good position he's in now, to tell you the truth.
Yeah, Lubeck got his hip put on the mat. Fought his hips up because they got good hips.
You can't get quite that sloppy. That's a position you don't really need to be in there. You don't want to be in there.
2-1 to Lubeck. They're back on their feet. Takedown and an escape. Drag by Lubeck.
Nice. Pretty nice. Pretty nice.
There's a takedown. 4-1 Red Raiders.
2 point takedown.
They're going to cut him loose again.
1 point escape, Wausau West.
Well, what I said early in the match, this dual meet's going to come down. The Raiders need bonus points.
Right.
You can't, wow. Is he going to get this? Come on, bring him in, Weiler.
Addison's got a loose whizzer. Lubeck wraps him up. Got a takedown.
He worked hard for that.
Yes, he did.
But I guess my point was, if we split matches, it's not enough.
Because they're giving up 12.
They're giving up 12 at the end here, so bonus points, pin points, majors, tech falls, all that's going to come into play at the end.
And this would be a guy you'd look for to put 6 points on the board right here. That's
at least extra points, yeah. Now he should keep him down here.
15 seconds left, and the first period coming.
Lubeck with an 8-3 lead. The Raiders are up 3-0 on a big 1-0 decision match by Zach Hamill.
And you're right, Coach. That was probably the toughest that I've seen Zach Hamill wrestle.
Yeah, he fought hard. There was a lot of places there where either one of those guys could have scored, but they both scrambled well. And
Addison's going down to start the second period.
Lubeck's going to put some pressure on him now. I think the coaches want him to try and control him on top here for a while. My guess is they'll let him try to turn him for about a minute if they go by what we've always done in the past. And if we're not making any headway, then we're going to cut him and try and get a takedown maybe. He's pretty controlling on top, but
Addison just balling up underneath.
Yeah, he's not going to give him much. And that's what they were told.
Now we're going to cut him.
He can't give up extra points.
One escape, Wausau West.
8-4, Lubeck with a lead. We're on our feet again. Lubeck hunting takedowns. Nice ankle pick by Lubeck.
2 takedown Rapids.
10-4 for the Red Raider.
He's a pretty classy wrestler.
Ooh, we had a half in there for an instant, but it got picked off.
He's got to cut him one more time to break him mentally here now.
And they cut him loose, 10-5 now, 40 seconds. One time to the back would be nice here.
Yeah.
There's a double, blast right through, catch a half.
Atta boy. He was hunting that half.
Here shortly.
Get back, get that chest in there. Got a little bit too high. Now he's got to ride him out. We got about 15 seconds left here.
12-5, the Red Raider with a lead here. Pressure down across the back with that wrist tied up underneath. And Addison just hanging on the bottom. 12-5 after 2 periods.
12-5, and now we need more. And it's got to be takedown maybe to the back. He is not a he's not a thrower. First thing is we got to come out of here, I guess.
You can see the balance come right up. Even though Addison had his ankle, he still fought through that. Stood up.
He's an athlete, yeah.
13-5 Lubeck.
13-5.
That's a major, but we need more.
Somewhere we need some back points in here. That's a takedown.
Just a good blast double.
Yep, and he brought him back in. We're going to cut him loose again.
One escape, Wausau West.
15-6 right now, minute 27 left.
Keep this guy in the mat, Weiler.
Underhook with wrist control, drags him down. Warning, stalling Wausau.
A little over a minute left. We got to score a couple takedowns. That's a nice
shot double there. No, and he couldn't complete it.
I'll be darned.
1 minute left.
Thought we had that one there. Try to keep him in bounds.
Yep. There's a nice shot there. Half coming here. Can he get it? No.
Rapids.
Gotta cut him again. Gotta go in a hurry now.
1 point escape, Wausau.
17-7. There's a double again. 19-7. 38 seconds left.
Hosting's going to stay on the edge of the mat.
Wausau West.
Drag. Nice drag.
Nice.
25 seconds
one
left.
More time. To the back here, Weiler.
Takedown.
Takedown. 1 escape.
Lubeck again with a takedown.
Takedown, Rapids.
Should be 25-9 as the referee's making sure he's got the right score.
It's hard to keep track of the score here, but
25-9. Tech fall in 5.
Win by Tech fall.
41.
Rapids, Weiler, Lubeck.
that was quite an effort with no back points. You know, so in effect, there Osteen did his job too. I see they're congratulating him because he didn't get pinned.
Right, he saved a team point.
He saved a team point for them, and that's exactly what they were trying to do. Because he was overpowered, he was overmatched. Weiler Lubeck gets us 5 big points there.
Duel meets 8-0 for the Red Raiders. Hunter Knutson, a senior,
45 pounds. Hunter Knutson in for the Warriors
against Nicholas Hinkins.
45 pounds. Nick Hinkins.
Not sure what to expect here. Hunter is not very good on his feet. That's not a secret. That's just the way. It's not easy to watch him. I'll just say that.
Not a flashy style.
Oh, he fell into an old-time guillotine. He thought he was going to get back points there. Wow.
Hunter Knutson. I guess it's not flashy, but he's a pinner.
5 seconds. Hunter Knutson.
And he wasn't in control. See, you know, oh boy, I'm losing it.
Don't try and explain it, Coach. Just say thank you.
You know, you can't score points, you can't score back points unless you're in control. But you can pin somebody.
That's right.
And that's what happened. Kid put a guillotine on him, and he thought he was pinning Hunter.
And Hunter flattened his shoulders down.
Oh my God. Will we take it?
Oh yeah.
We'll take it.
6 Red Raider team points, 14-0. That's a huge match there for the Red Raiders. That is huge. Next up, 152-pounder Berg Diebel against Noah Baumann.
The Warriors, 152, Noah Baumann.
Berg Diebel is a good wrestler. He started for us now for 4 years, and
he is fun to watch.
Yeah, he scores a lot of points.
Single with a dump. 2 takedown, Diebel.
And he's got a sophomore here, so he might put on a little bit of a clinic here. He wrestles loose on top. I'm not saying he's like Hunter, but he's a little bit loose on top. I'm still trying to get over that last match. I thought we were going to get pinned. Did you?
Yeah, I thought we were going to suffer a
You don't see many guillotines anymore. I was, you know, and I don't know if Hunter knew he was in trouble, did he?
You'd almost have to ask him, I think.
Maybe that's a post-meet interview there.
Diebel with the legs right here, looking to get some back points. Going to get a turn here, trying to.
He's pretty rough up here.
Power half coming.
Yeah, this is going to be pretty snug. Oh, and he let him turn out of it.
Baumann gets stomach back down for the time being. And we got blood time on the Wausau wrestler. Got a nosebleed. Diebel's leading 2-0. And there's 5 minutes of blood time, and that's blood time is counted from the time it's determined somebody's bleeding, and then until the time the bleeding is stopped, not any time cleanup.
Yeah, it's 5 minutes, and that's quite a while, really.
Let's talk a couple minutes, while we have a chance here. A couple different rule changes this year. The wrestler that is on his back can be pinned outside the circle. Is that correct? As long as supporting points are inbounds of the pinning wrestler.
Yeah, up until this year, That line was like a vertical line up from there. So if you were pinning a wrestler, and if one of his shoulders at a 45-degree angle was out of bounds, you couldn't score any back points. Or you couldn't score a pin.
A pin.
And in the JV match, we already watched a match where we got a pin out of bounds.
Right. And then another thing that's changed is you can't the way I understand, you cannot arch your back lifting a wrestler to take him back to the mat. They stopped that for potentially dangerous.
Yeah. Nice fireman's here.
Kind of hard to lift a wrestler if you can't arch your back and put your hips in.
They're just worried about that neck injury thing. I'm disappointed they didn't go to what colleges did for the takedown rule. In college, any spot of any wrestler in bounds is a takedown.
If you
have one toe in bounds, yeah. And here, supporting points of either wrestler has to be, and I think we're going to get a pin here.
This is Diebel with 2 seconds.
Pretty tight. Oh, he snugged it over. Not enough time.
Not enough time. Got a count of 1, but that's not enough score near fall. Good position, though, by Diebel, leading 4-1 after 1 period.
Here we go. We got to look for bonus points again in this match. Attaboy. He's pretty rough up here.
I don't think Bauman's having a lot of fun right now.
There again, at the end, we're gonna give them 12 points.
So we need to be up by 13. And another half, and this could go
this one's
points.
Pretty tough. Tight, Berg.
Caught the arm coming through, and we're going to get near fall counting now. Stay right with it there, Berg. Diebel got a lot of time.
Gotta swing him in here, Berg. He wrestles pretty loose.
That's pretty tight there.
Yeah, this kid's gonna give her up here pretty quick. There you go.
2 minutes, 57 seconds on the fall for Berg Diebel.
A big 6 points for Berg Diebel. And 6 points for the Raiders.
20-0 the dual meet.
That puts the Raiders up 20-0.
We're up by 8.
Yeah, I guess you're right. Yeah, that's...
Next up for the Red Raiders, Cody Sawyer taking on another sophomore, Josh Willett.
These are 2 of our seniors here that are leaders. And
Cody Sawyer for the Warriors.
Cody has started for us now since he's been a freshman or sophomore. I really think he put in a lot of time in the off season, and I think he's improved a great deal.
Nice shot in by Sawyer off that Russian. Goes to a double, lifts, takes it down, nice takedown.
Nice takedown. And it looks like we're going to cut him right away.
For the Warriors.
I'm going to try to take a little something out of Willett here.
Yeah. We're looking at the strength of our lineup right here. Right. We need to build up a big lead. It ain't going to be this way the whole way through. A knee pick there, didn't quite get in deep enough.
Good snap.
Attaboy.
Straighten him out. Now let's see if we can score here. Heading aside, around the corner we go. Take down Sawyer.
To take down the Rapids.
Crab ride, trying to get a tip. Now we got some good position here. Bar across the back. Reaches through, locks up what the Red Raiders call a farmer. Turns him to his back. This is going to be tight.
This is over. This one's over.
109 on the fall for Cody Sawyer.
I don't know how many farmers you're going to get on a guy, but it's a great pinning combination when you overpower somebody, and that's what he was doing there. It's great. 26-0. Do we factor in that 12 points yet?
20s. Well, let's say we're up by 14 right now.
Yeah, it's going to get a little tougher sledding here now.
A.J. Schutz, the Red Raider Jr., taking on a senior, Callan Hinkins.
Wrestling for Rapids at 170-pound AJ Schutz. And for the Warriors at 170 pounds, Cal Hankins.
Now on paper, you got to say Hankins is the favorite in this match.
He comes out here pretty physical. Wants to control the ties. This is one of those matches where we would like to just stay in the match.
Right.
Not give up bonus points.
Right. Now it's our turn to do the same thing that Wausau West has tried to do.
Yeah. And AJ's pretty tough that way. We've seen him fight off a lot of pretty good guys. Got a nice crowd here, mainly Wausau West people, but we got our share of Rapids people, the diehards, if you will.
Yeah. Something we need to see more of, more Rapids fans.
Yeah, yeah.
Shot
don't reach over.
He fought it off hard enough.
He dodged the bullet.
Yeah.
When somebody shoots in, you can't go over the top. You know, you gotta. Oh.
Take down Hankins. Schutz has got to fight this off hard, and he can't do it. Minute 15 seconds, Cal Hankins.
In the pin at a minute and 15 seconds for the Warriors, Cal Hankins.
Oh my goodness, the Wausau West people come alive, and the announcer came alive.
They woke up right now. Next up, 182-pound matchup. We'll see what happens here.
The Raiders are going to make a move here.
This is Justin Bonke, a junior from the Wausau West Warriors. And this could be
Lane. It's Lane, but I'm not sure why.
It's going to be Lane Collada. And for the Warriors at 182 pounds, Justin Bonke.
Collada is a junior for the Red Raiders.
He's been wrestling up most of the time.
Bonke in on a takedown. Bonke pinned Roger Fuller last year in a dual meet.
Well, they moved Fuller up off of him. So they moved Fuller up a weight because I assume he's still going to come up.
I would think so, and then the Red Raiders should. The Red Raiders will probably forfeit at 220 and then obviously at 285. Collada's job here not to give up the extra points again. And control, get some hands, attaboy. There you go. 1 point escape, Collada.
What did Bonke do? He beat Fuller last year, you said?
Yeah, on a pin. Double leg takedown attempt.
He's pretty aggressive. It's not a very good position for Lane.
No points given up though yet. Now Bonke's got his head out, got the takedown. 4-1 he leads. Collada working to get the escape again. Collada's trying to get some hand control here. 30 seconds left. Collada turns outside again. He's got the 1 point escape. 12 seconds left. 4-2 Bonke.
Come on, stretch out, stretch out. Oh, we held off the takedown there.
Bonke with a shot. Collada countered. 4-2 after 1 period. Bonke's choice going down.
Our goal in this match is to not give up bonus points.
Right.
It's not about trying to win or lose it. We're definitely overmatched. And Lane is a pretty fair athlete, you know, but he, again, inexperienced second-year wrestler.
Right. Red Raiders are going to head to West Allis Central for the Ed Steck Invitational this weekend. When you see this, we'll already be down there and have filmed it for you. Again, wrestling will be shown on River City's community media on Tuesday nights at 8 p.m. all year long.
Uh-oh.
Takedown, Wausau West.
That was on his head. I think he probably got knocked out.
And that was a pin for Bonke in 2:13 seconds.
Actually, we were in better position than Bonke was. But there again, not knowing a lot of wrestling, we walked right into that throw here. And so the Raiders are making a little gamble here. They're moving Roger Fuller up to 195. And I think they must have wanted this matchup better than the one with Bonke. And
for the Warriors at 195, Hunter Kenny's.
Scott and Shane know wrestlers, so I don't know where this is going to be. Roger, we'll see. We'll see. He's obviously going to be the smaller one here, but come on, keep your elbows in.
This is a sophomore.
Jacob Warnick, this is.
Hunter Canice.
Oh, they made a switch there, huh?
Hunter Canice for the Wausau West Warriors. And Roger Fuller, Red Raider. Nice takedown by Fuller.
Takedown, Rabbits.
That was big. I'm not sure if he should. All of a sudden he thinks he's a takedown man now, but
and a bench cut him loose, so.
Well, guess it's their show.
Nice
Look
duck.
at that. Look at that.
He's hit a couple of those.
Shut my mouth. That was a nice takedown.
That's a bad reach for a headlock.
Yeah.
Gives Fuller all the position he needed.
They obviously knew this kid. So this is a backup they're using here too, huh?
Their starter, Jacob Warwick, did not weigh in.
That's good for us.
Yes, it is. 22 seconds left. 6.
Keep it right here, Roger. He's doing a nice job here keeping him in.
And the one period, 6-2 Fuller.
Atta boy, Roger.
Fuller's choice, he defers. Canice's choice, he goes on top.
Huh, interesting. Must have something going on top.
Got the gold shoes, that's for sure. Don't know if that's going to help him.
Oh, he picked up a penalty point here.
Fuller, so 1 point. Locked hands on Canice, so it's now 7-8-2 right now with the escape.
This would be big. Roger, you gotta keep your head up. That's one of his downsides. He lets his head get down.
Tried to duck, he got stopped. Nice shot there.
Oh, yeah.
Caught him on his back here.
Yeah.
Fuller looking for a pin. 117
squeeze
left.
Him up, squeeze him up, yeah.
2 minutes 45 seconds on the fall. Roger Fuller.
We'll take that.
2 minutes 45 seconds.
That's the bonus plays we've been talking about, Scott. Wow, that was huge.
Yes, it was.
And I think the Raiders knew what they were doing here. They moved Roger up and picked up.
Getting the win by forfeit for the Warriors, Travis Red. Rags.
Travis Rags, they moved him to 220. And he gets a forfeit win.
Yeah, they're going to rack up
285.
Yeah, boy.
In the win by forfeit for the Warriors, Tim Minnow.
Tim Minnow gets.
So we're now back to a wrestling match. Now
32-24 Rapids.
Now we got to close it out here. And I think.
Wrestling for Rapids at 106 pounds, Damian Bennett. And for the Warriors at 106 pounds, Rachel Trevino.
Damian Bennett and Rachel Trevino. Bennett, the Red Raider. Rachel Trevino last year, she lost to Cale Bennett on a pin. This will be a key match here, too.
Damian doesn't have an offensive takedown. That's something I know they've been working on, and he's been in our club for years. And come on, score out of here, though, Damian. See, you score that. You don't let that guy. Oh, you don't let her off the hook here.
Yeah.
My goodness, I was
comfortable getting back to neutral.
That's exactly right. That's exactly right. That's what Scott is kind of lighting him up here a little bit now. Don't have much offense, but you can take defense into offense.
Correct.
Come on, Damian. Come on, get an angle here. Get an angle.
1 minute, no score. Bennett would have shot in to a single, and they're out of bounds.
If that had been out in the middle of the mat, I think we'd have got that. At least he took a shot.
Yeah.
(32-24) the team score for the Raiders, with 3 matches left.
Three matches after this one. And Trevino in with a shot. Bennett dives back on top, trying to pick an ankle.
Come on, Damian, score this. Score this, buddy. Push that leg away.
Stalemate and a good call by the official.
Yeah, it was going nowhere, I don't think. But he's got to get a little bit of urgency in his matches here. Same thing again.
Don't quit here, Damian. 10 seconds. Fought that off pretty well, but...
Well, he did, but it's all on defense.
Right.
I know that the coaches have been working on this. So now he's fairly tough down here.
Trevino deferred her choice. Bennett takes down.
Ooh, going after a little hip tip there.
Yep.
And he'd have been in trouble off of that. Yeah, you got to get your hands up. See, he don't get his hands out of there.
Well, he's got a little hand control. He can get it over his head. He can get his leg free here.
A reversal would be a lot better than an escape. Come on, Damian. Come on, buddy.
Come on, keep coming out here.
Gotta get that leg free. Don't use his hands. Come on, Damian. Gotta use his hands. Coaches are trying to tell him that. He lets his hands get controlled here. Come on, Damien.
No score. Second period, 58 seconds. Caution, Wausau. Hand not in the proper starting position. One hand's got to be directly on the elbow joint. The other hand has to be directly on the navel. That was a better stand-up.
Yes, it was.
Come on, back up again, Damien. There you go. Out of bounds.
He'd have got that, too.
Yeah, I think so. Another stand-up like that.
Yeah, we got to get a little explosive here.
.35 seconds left, still no score. We got a score in this period. Damien to his feet, working on some hands. Turns to face, he's got the one in the escape. 25 seconds, Damien in under shock, but his head's buried in.
Don't give up on this, Damien. Stay in here, man.
Out of bounds with 4 seconds left.
Well, he got the one anyway.
Key is, can he ride though?
He can ride pretty good.
1-0 after 2 periods. Bennett of Rapids leads. Trevino's choice. They're going to go on their feet.
And they're better on their feet than us. But he's got to start moving here. He's got to get a hold of her and neutralize her. She's too quick for him. Get some urgency, Damien. Tie her up, buddy.
Keep some wrist. Oh.
Score this, score this.
Get her head down here. Spin around. Get her head down. Get her head down. Out of bounds they go. 1:14 left.
Oh, there was a place to score there.
Yes, there was. Yes, there was.
Stretch her out, Damien. Get that knee off the mat. Come on, get it up there.
He had a crossface in, he picked that out.
Stretch her out, Damien, stretch her out.
Come on, stuff that head under, Damien.
Oh, stand where you are, Damien. Score this, score this.
Oh, and they stopped the stalemate.
I think we'd have got that, too. Some urgency. Some urgency here, Damien.
38 seconds left. 1-0. Damien Bennett, the Red Raiders.
Get a hold of her, get a hold of her.
$20 seconds remaining. $10 seconds. Spin behind. 2, take down the edge.
Reversal. Rapids.
Well, that was a nice move. He could do that all day long if he gets some urgency.
If he would have figured it out in his mind, he could have done it.
Yeah. Well, she took a bad shot, but we're going to win it. That's the #1 thing.
Damien Bennett, 3-0 the win.
Getting the win by decision.
3 Red Raider team points.
Bennett.
35-24. The Red Raiders lead. KL Bennett's at 113 pounds coming out against DJ Yang, the junior.
Wrestling at 113 pounds, KL Benitz. And for the Warriors at 113 pounds, the junior, DJ Yang.
The Red Raiders did not wrestle Yang last year. He won by a forfeit. Benitz beat Rachel Trevino, who you just saw on a pin. So this is a fresh new matchup.
So Cale Benitz, this is the grandson. The last Benitz we're going to have on the... and we're at a weight I think we can be effective here now. He's growing a lot. Yang looks pretty physical. Nice him, Cale.
Benitz has got the length and the leverage advantage here, that's for sure. Nice ankle pick right
nice
at the back
shot.
of the heel.
Attaboy, Cale. Finish this, bud.
Coming out the back door is Benitz. And Yang with a counter picks the leg free.
Yang is pretty athletic.
Yep. Benitz with a single head outside, coming up with it, steps
Look
through
at
with a
that.
takedown.
Wow.
Takedown for Rapids.
Attaboy,
Nice
Cale
continuous
Benitz.
wrestling there.
Yeah, he stayed with it. Would have been easy to give up on that on the edge of the mat there.
Half. Now this is where Bennett's got leverage here with length. Halves, wrists, cradles over Yang here is a much shorter wrestler. 15 seconds remaining. 2-0 Bennett's first period. Bennett's chopping her wrist down. Got wrist control underneath for the final 5. It's going to take a 2-0 lead into the second period.
That was a big league takedown. That was back and forth. So Benitz leads 2-0 and the Raiders lead 35-24. And I think with a win here, we wrap this up.
One more win, we wrap the dual meet up. A win of any type here. Because Wausau West will be heavily favored in the next 2 matches. Benitz with wrist control and a little bit of a trip takes Yang back to the mat. Right on the edge of the circle.
He's going to pin this guy yet. Attaboy, Cale.
Go out of bounds. 1:39 remaining. Second period.
I'll throw in a little braggy up. And Cale is like one of the top-ranked kids in the class, like in the top 3 or 4. He must be the smartest Benitz. Nice control,
bar
bud.
here with a wrist. Ellsworth bar. Now loses the wrist, takes the far wrist, going to walk that bar.
Attaboy, Cale.
Coming. Oh, Yang rolled through it. Holy cow. And Benitz remained in control. Nice job of wrestling by Cale Benitz there. Didn't panic.
He didn't quit. He could have been in big trouble there when he pulled his head under.
55 seconds remaining.
2-0 score, but he's pretty much dominated it so far. Style points.
Well, we'll see how much of a toll this takes in the third period. Out of bounds. 38 seconds left, still 2-0 for the Red Raider. Benitz switches sides, on the start. Trying to get a
pretty
tilt
tough
here.
bar in here.
25
Stay
seconds.
to this side, Cale. Stay to this side, buddy.
Got the wrist with that long arm. Able to reach out and grab it, but lost the bar.
Yang is pretty strong. I think Cale's taking a little juice out of him here, though. 5 seconds. Did a good job controlling it. Like I say, it's 2-0, but he pretty much dominated that period.
Benitz's choice going down to start the third. Got the feet planted, now he's got to use some hands. It's a switch, Yang leaves him go. Yang's still in control, according to the referee. Bennett's got a leg tied up.
He's okay here. He finishes this pretty well. Now
Now you look for a half. Oh, couldn't get the half, but got the reversal.
Rapids.
4-0 Bennett's.
Nice job, Cale.
And they're out of bounds.
He will. He will.
127.
He's got great endurance. He's lettered 9 times already in high school. He's soccer might be his best thing, and he's a high jumper. So he ain't gonna run out of juice.
Yang with a good hard start, but Cale able to control it. 1:15 remaining, and Yang works his way out of bounds.
They keep on Yang to staying up. Looking at the Wausau West coaches here.
Yang gets set. Bennett's going to cover.
Got a minute left with Bennett's leading 4-0. And like I think you and I have kind of determined that if he can win this match, kind of ices the dual meet.
Raiders put the match out of reach.
Well, Yang don't want to open up here too much.
Oh, he's fighting from the bottom, that's for darn sure. Oh, there we might get some near fall, maybe. 38 seconds left. Out of bounds. 34 ticks of the clock left yet. Two matchups left at 120 and 126.
I think it's pretty hard to control though.
Yes, he is. He doesn't quit either. He goes. Off the mat with 14 seconds left. We're going to go back to the center, get a fresh restart. And they're both set.
He gets on this wrist pretty good. Wow. Some big matches here.
4-0, Cale Benitz with a win. 3 Red Raider team points. It's 38-24. Maximum amount of points that Wausau West can score is 12. Red Raiders locked up the dual meet.
Attaboy, Cale.
And we'll go 2-0 in the Valley Conference in the early part of the wrestling season. Next up, 120 pounders, Alistair Greening, a junior for the Red Raiders. He'll face a junior in Cameron Schmeiser.
I don't know anything about Schmeiser here. All I know about Allison is he's come a long way since last year. He's real strong, he's real athletic, real inexperienced.
Schmeiser pinned Greening last year in 3:03, so hard takedown.
Come right after him, didn't he?
Yep. Well, again, in high school athletics, mental outlook is probably more than half in a lot of cases.
A lot of it, yeah.
And Schmeiser obviously knows he pinned Greening last year. So
well, they scout each other pretty good. All I know is that Alistair has gotten quite a bit better. I watch him in practice, and he just inexperienced.
He's basically a second-year wrestler now.
Yeah, yeah.
Or starting his second year.
I'll tell you, the pressure's off a little bit. And Hunter Knudsen might get the game ball again.
Schmeiser trying to get a cradle, but can't lock it up. But Greening fought off that
turn attempt. Pretty hard. Yes, he did.
To his feet. Gets taken back to the mat with wrist control. There's a tip.
No back roll through, and I don't know if Alistair even knew what was going on there, but no back points? That's kind of a surprise. I mean, I'm not complaining. Maybe this is the time to talk about the EdStech tournament a little bit. It's a good tournament, 24 teams, and it's a line bracketed tournament.
Which means straight bracketing.
Yeah.
Not a scramble format.
Yeah, a little easier for fans and you and I to follow. But they wrestle 2 rounds on Friday. I think they start at 5 o'clock. And we think it's kind of similar to the Sun Prairie tournament. The Sun Prairie tournament was pretty tough.
Red Raiders
we finished third. Which I think surprised, maybe a lot of people.
Hard switch by Schmeiser, and he gets the reversal. He leads 4-0. Yeah, there's 46 total ranked wrestlers in the state down there. And the Red Raiders have 4 of them tied with Waterford and Germantown. Muckwanago's got 6, and Division III team Coleman's got 9 ranked wrestlers in the top 10 in the state.
Coleman might have won that last year. That was an interesting day for us. You and I and Joyce went down.
Yeah.
Got checked into the hotel. You were over making arrangements at the field house for broadcasting. And Scott calls and says, we're turning around. We're going back. Yeah. And it got real icy and sleety. And so we were down there, but no team.
No team. And we didn't watch any wrestling either.
No. We turned around and came home too.
Right. Long day of driving for not a lot.
It was good company. We got to talk to Ben Askren a little bit.
A little bit. Former Heartland Arrowhead, Missouri Tiger, and mixed martial arts, undefeated.
Undefeated, a world champion, MMA wrestler, and he just retired. Said he's 32 and he's made enough money and
runs his camps and his training and wrestling camps, and
he runs a really good academy. He and his brother both, and a lot of those Milwaukee area kids go there.
22 seconds left, second period, still 4-0. Schmeiser with the lead. So far,
Alistair's wrestling hard.
Fighting him pretty well here.
Yes, he is. He's really strong and he's really competitive. There's going to come a day when he'll turn the tide on some of these guys. And some of these kids that we should have had out in the middle school and didn't.
Right.
Got a late start. Back in your day, a kid could come out as a sophomore and be competitive. Nowadays, it's not the way it is.
Specializing and a lot of sports have a lot of people that specialize, whether it's right or wrong or not. That's
absolutely
not the issue.
I agree. That's the way it is today. Everything is. Boy, that was a nice counter.
Counter for Alistair.
Leg man now.
Into a legs ride. Came out right away. And step in with another one if he wants.
He's fought back pretty hard. He got taken down and beat up right away, but he stayed in the match here pretty good. You say this guy pinned him last year, huh?
Yeah, in 3 minutes, some seconds. 3:03. 120 left, still 4-0 Schmeiser. Greening on top riding right now.
And I'm sure they were looking at bonus points out of this match.
Oh, I'm sure they were too. When you pencil
those things in before the match ever started, I think this was a match they were counting on bonus points.
Running, stalling, greening. 1 point, Wausau. 5-0 now with 1:04 left.
I'm not going to say anything about the call there because it's one of those calls I don't know necessary, but look at this. Wow, he is strong. He stopped that with his arm. Stay over the top, stay over the top. That a boy.
35 seconds left. Now this is the type of match that you hope some of the others can learn to put out as far as not giving up points. You got reversed there, but it's 7-0 with 20 seconds left. Still a decision.
Yeah, and he's fought really hard. They're going to try and get a takedown. Oh.
Gonna cut him loose.
Come on, Alistair.
7-1. 5 seconds. 2-1. Alistair Greening gives up just a decision.
Schmeiser thought he was going to take him down and let him go. He sure didn't have much urgency about it there at the end.
I don't think he understood the time.
For the Warriors, Cameron Schmeiser.
We've had some big efforts here tonight.
7-1 the win for Schmeiser. 3 team points for Wausau. It's 38-27. The Red Raiders have the dual meet already locked up. Ryan Searing, a freshman, takes on Carter Nepawaki.
I'm sure they're figuring a win here. Ryan Searing is pretty good.
Carter Nepawaki.
He beat a real good kid from Wausau East.
Zach Hamill last year beat Nepawaki 12-3. And again, totally new matchup this year. No quit
Didn't
here,
get the
Ryan.
corner turned.
And a boy,
he's pretty tough.
There.
He's pretty tough in here.
Good scramble there by both wrestlers.
He's a real good club wrestler. And again, he's still a freshman.
Nice.
That's a nice dump.
2 takedowns for Rapids.
He had really good head position there off the underhook.
Well, he was in there 3 times, and Nepawaki's pretty much on defense here, I think.
And they're out of bounds. A minute left, 2-0, Searing. And Searing's got a little blood on a cheek. So we're going to get that cleaned up. Here's how the dual meet went to this point. Zach Hamill with a hard-fought 1-0 win over Luke Lowe. Weiler Lubeck, a tech fall in 5:41 over Eric Ottson. Hunter Knutson, probably the match so far of the night. A 25-second defensive pin over Nicholas Hankins. Berg Diebel comes up with a pin in 2:57 over Noah Bauman. Cody Sawyer a pin in 1:09 over Josh Olette. And then Wausau gets on the board. Caleb Hankins a pin in 1:15 over AJ Schutz. Justin Bonke from Wausau West a pin in 2:13 over Lane Collada. Roger Fuller comes back with a pin in 2:45 over Hunter Knese. The Red Raiders forfeited at 2:20 and 2:85. Damian Bennett's got a win 3-0 over Rachel Trevino. Cale Bennett's with a 4-0 win over DJ Yang. And Alistair Greening goes down 7-1 in a nice hard-fought match to Cameron Schmeiser. Here we stand 38-27. Red Raiders again with the dual meet locked up, and this is Ryan Searing.
Ryan Christensen, the freshman, and he's wrestling pretty well.
Got a half on our wrist, trying to straighten out Nepawaki.
He's hunting the pin here pretty hard.
Lost a half.
This is a guy that I think people kind of underestimate. He's going to be a pretty darn good wrestler.
Work that into a bar, but loses hip position. Oh, you gotta watch that arm. Oh.
2-point reversal. Wausau West.
There's no business putting the bar on there. Stay underneath. Be safe. 2-2.
12 seconds left. Searing should get one back here, hopefully. And the period's going to run out. We're going to be tied with...
That was one of those freshman mistakes you'd like to have over again.
Right.
And
time
the
management of the match.
The coaches were talking about that. Don't go over. You can't throw a bar when you're on your knees. You got to stay under the arm. Being under the arm is always safer. So what happened here?
They both on their feet.
I lost track of this.
And it would be our choice. Shot in, turn the corner. Nice takedown.
That is a nice takedown. That's a good shot. I watched that bar.
Searing. Yeah, if he stays with that wrist and a half, I think he's pretty much.
I think you're right.
Good there.
Yep. And that's what they want him to do.
Little inside knee pick, takes him off his base. 1:05 left. Half fired by Searing on the right side.
He's kind of dominating the match on top. Pretty heavy up here. 40 seconds.
Yeah, he slowed him right down here on top, hasn't he?
Yeah, he really is. Now, because of the new rule on the edge of the mat, now he can wrestle out here.
Right.
He should jump right off to the side. Napawaki is just trying not to get back points.
Right now he's just kind of shut down. 6 seconds left, second period. And Searing is going to take a 4-2 lead into this third period.
Taking one on their feet here too, as dominant he is on his feet. It's safer down here, I suppose, huh?
I guess. I mean, we haven't seen nothing from Napawaki on top, so there's a 1-point escape Searing. 5-2 the Red Raider. Now he can get the bonus 2, taking him down. Don't get drugged. See Napawaki trying to drag him by. Head right in the hole, as they call it, right in the side. Now walked into a cradle. Not quite exposed yet.
Got a little too high.
Stay with it here. There. Now we should have some. No, not quite.
Put him on his hip. Set him on his hip.
Keep with it. Oh, he broke the grip. 1 minute left. No back points on all that.
Oh, it was pretty close, though. But he did get the takedown out of it.
7-2. Boy, from what Napawaki started to what he is now, he is just basically quit wrestling.
Yeah. Well, like I said, I know that nobody's heard of this kid. He's a freshman, but I've had him in the club for a few years, and he's pretty solid. Got a real good attitude, and he's tough.
20 seconds.
He beat, I'm trying to think who he beat. He beat somebody from Wausau East who was pretty good.
The Denny kid, I think, maybe.
It was Ben Denny, yep.
Warning stalling Wausau to no avail, though. It's going to be the end of the match in 5 seconds. Red Raiders are going to put another 3 points on the board.
Look at that.
Getting the win.
7-2. Ryan Searing. 41-27, the final dual meet score for the Red Raiders. Pretty nice dual meet for the Red Raiders tonight, Coach.
Well, I'd say
27.
it was what we said right away. We had to get the bonus points, and we got a few. We got some pins. We won the squeaky matches. We won a 1-0 match.
Wausau won 3 matches. We gave them 2 forfeits. They won 3 matches.
Thank you, folks.
We wrestled really well. I was impressed with our kids. Even the JVs, I thought, wrestled really well.
Right, they kind of set the tone a little bit. They came out, got some good matches in, got some pins early.
I want to wish the Warriors the best.
All in all, good night for the Red Raiders.
Yeah, these are 2 teams that with great tradition, like we talked about, that are both just coming back. But I think I'm impressed with our kids. I thought we wrestled some really, really good matches here tonight.
We're going to take a quick break, and we're going to have head coach Scott Benitz stop on by and give us our input, or his input on tonight's dual meet, how he's seen things. And we'll be back with more Lincoln High School Wrestling on River City's Community Media. We're back now at Wausau West. Head coach Scott Benitz, thanks for stopping by, and congratulations on another nice Valley Conference win.
Yeah, thanks, Scott. It's I think a long time we took things for granted, and we're not taking them for granted anymore. You know, last year we found a way to lose matches like that, and tonight we found a way to to win. So.
And we had some kids. We'll get to the Hunter Knudsen match.
Yeah.
You know, but then you go down to like Alistair Greening.
Yeah.
He got pinned by that kid last year.
Yeah, and that kid was a state tournament kid.
And he fought to a 7-1 win and only got to 7 late in the match. Yeah. Alistair Greening fought really hard and did his job the way he was supposed to.
Yeah, he did, and at the end he was riding him hard, and he was looking, wrestled really well. A year ago we couldn't compete, and tonight we're able to compete. So a lot of progress, even in a loss with him.
Right. We'll go down the lineup quick. Zach Hamill starts off against Luke Lowe, and they split last year. Hamill grinds out a 1-0 win, and that's a much more energized match for Hamill. No flat spots.
No, and I tried a couple funky things in there, and he's not feeling real good. He threw up after the match, so he's pretty sick. Thought it was nerves is what he said, but he's actually not feeling well. But didn't make mistakes, and last year he made the mistakes, and then if he won, it would have been 11-10, or caught the guy for a pin when he's losing. And we need to find a way to get some offense, but we definitely, if you can keep guys to zeros, you're going to win most of them.
Right. Weiler Lubeck did pretty much what you expected, got the extra team points.
Yeah, we're trying to get a pin there, and that kid was pretty good not getting pinned, and we had to late and just take the 5. We couldn't afford to be at 4, so we had to get to 5. So.
And he had to score a bunch of points in the last 20 seconds and was able to get it done.
Yeah, and as much as anything, then that's a team guy, but it also, endurance-wise, really helps him when he got to work that hard, got him out of his comfort zone, and all those things were positives in that match.
Then we get to Hunter Knudsen at 145 against Nicholas Hankins, a sophomore, and Hunter Knudsen was in some trouble.
Yeah.
Had a guillotine put on him, and got to a defensive position, and then Hankins ends up pinning himself, basically.
Yeah, basically we, were just wrestling, and then they got put on our back. We were going to be down 5-0. Actually, Hunter kind of let him have that, thinking he was going to turn in, and almost did. And then just lets people get a little bit too far on stuff. Right. And kid was pinned, and then we yelled, and the kid lifted up his shoulder, and then he readjusted, and then he pinned himself a second time, actually.
Right.
So I guess, until you do that one time, probably, that kid will probably never do that again. And
probably.
Lesson learned for them. It really hurt him in the duel, but yet I don't think we can get pinned in that match. I don't know that we could have won that. But Hunter was going to be competing for 6 minutes, and obviously it was a huge swing in the meet. But take what we can get at that point.
You bet. Then you hit some of your power in the lineup. Berg Diebel at 152, a quick pin in 257 over Noah Bauman.
Yeah, and Russell Luce, he was out of school sick yesterday, not feeling great neither. We got some of that stuff, and we had 2 of our we didn't know what to do with our lineup. Two of our better guys on two of their guys that weren't their best guys. We just decided to take our sure points, and we asked them guys as seniors, we need 12 points between you guys, and between them and Weiler, we got 17 of the 18 we were looking for, and you don't always get to 18, but we came darn close tonight with those two.
Cody Sawyer backs that up with a pin in 109. Yep. Sawyer in control over Josh Olowet.
Yep, and again, he's undefeated yet, and doing what he had to do a year ago. When we would ask him to get a pin, he panicked sometime, and tonight he just wrestled fine.
Right. Wausau West gets on the board. Caleb Hankins, favorite in the match against AJ Schutz, and they finally score some points.
Yeah, we wrestled a good first period, and then we walked into his headlock, and we knew it was coming eventually, and he kind of
AJ didn't know it was coming.
Well, he lost track. You know, we talked about it early, and we wanted him to left-hand tie, and he tied up with his right hand, and and walked right into it. So
you make a move at 189 or 182 and 195. Switch the guys around. Lane Collada against Justin Bonke, one of their better wrestlers, and Bonke showed that.
Yeah, we thought we could win both those matches if we had to. We got coin flip on that one. Once we got that lead with Hunter and Zach Hamill won, we decided to take our more sure win with Roger up at 95, and then I think we could have competed at 82, and I think Lane could have also got us a pin at 95. We just went the safer route, and Raj did what he had to do.
Right.
Lane wrestled a great first period, just like AJ, wrestling good for that bit, and then he got caught in an over-under, and he's not bad there, but he got caught in an over-under with a left-hand tie instead of a right-hand tie, and he was kind of not unsure of where he was, and the other kid, hit it pretty hard, and we weren't ready for that spot.
And it's just wrestling experience and mat time.
Yeah, and it just is what it was.
Yep.
So.
220, 285. The Red Raiders have no entry there. Go down to 106. Damian Bennett, a 3-0 win over Rachel Trevino. That was probably a pretty key match there.
Yeah, same with the Hamill match. Those are matches that we thought we could win, but they were still toss-ups, and we won that one. Again, come off the bottom, got our point, rode hard. Or excuse me, that one we didn't have to ride. But we got to get better at offense. Damian, again, didn't give up many points, but the problem is he doesn't score many. And we've been winning matches with him on defense, and which is good, but until we get some offense, we're going to be in matches like that when an early takedown would have made that an easy match.
Right.
So
Cale Bennett's at 113 over DJ Yang, 4-0, and pretty much salted the meat away with that win.
Yeah, well, we could have got bonuses there. We just chose to look for that pin, and Cale wrestled really well. Some spots in there where he got in a little bit of a funny spot, and he just wrestled through them really well.
Exactly, that's what we said too.
Wrestled it great. That takedown, that scramble to get to that takedown was really big for him. And again, I'm pretty sure we could have went on our feet and scored, and we just chose to make it, a safer route and try to win a duel. He wrestled really well.
Alistair Greening against Cameron Schmeiser. We mentioned that match already, and Alistair did his job well there.
Yeah,
didn't give up any extra points.
Yep, no, he did what we needed him to do. He wrestled good, and he's going to win matches just because of the confidence he gained being able to wrestle with a guy of Schmeizer's caliber. So.
Right. Ryan Searing at 126, a freshman in the lineup, 7-2 win over Carter Napawaki. Napawaki started off kind of tough, but Searing pretty much ground him to a halt.
Yeah, and I think we could have scored bonuses there as well. We just we're talking about, we're like, let's just get the win. We got a lot of wrestling coming up this weekend, and we don't want to get neck wrenched like he tried on us, and we just decided to play it safe with that lead and just sat on there, and he wrestled good on top, and it was a pretty uneventful match, but really big win for Ryan.
All right. Next up, the Red Raiders go to West Allis Central.
Yeah, right away tomorrow morning.
And it'll be 24 teams down there, 46 ranked wrestlers in the state down there wrestling. And what are you looking for in that tournament?
We kind of we're a lot different team than a year ago. We got guys that can compete in those big tournaments now, and I thought last year we didn't have enough good competition. We got snowed out of this one, obviously, but we lost matches at the end of the year that kept us from going to the state tournament. So we're really excited. Last week at Sun Prairie was a really good event for us. I think tomorrow and Saturday are going to be really good as well. We got ranking wise, we got some guys that are starting to get put in their rankings. I think we got 4 of them in the top 10 or so, and then Rogers just on the fringe and honorable mention. I think guys like Ryan Searing, Zach Hamill, those guys are going to start climbing those ranks as well, and we're trying to get half a team up in there, you know, ranked, and this is a tournament that we can pick up a couple more guys that far. Downside of this one is it's 2 and out. Only the top 6 plays, so
right.
if you, you know, you got to win matches, and they're 32-man brackets tomorrow night, and so probably going to see guys going 3 on the front side, 4 or 5 on the back side tomorrow already. We got a lot of wrestling to do, so just hope we get everybody a couple wins.
Yeah.
And if we can get everybody a couple wins, and then that means we're going at least 500 down there, and then the goal would be for us to place 6-7 guys in the top 6.
Well,
team-wise, we've given up a couple weights again tomorrow, so we're really focused on developing the 10 or 12 guys we got out on the mat, and you know, hopefully get Jacob back here again a little bit later in the season, and yeah, keep making strides.
You can see the progress in the Red Raiders from last year to this year, as we said. We talked about that on the broadcast. It doesn't look nowhere near as rough as it did last year, and that was sometimes hard to watch, and for everybody.
Oh yeah,
and the kids understood that too.
Yeah, pretty much the same team, minus you know, we lost Max and Ian Miller, but other than that, these kids are back, and we put in a lot of time. We didn't go to a lot of tournaments, but we put in a lot of time on the mat to get better at wrestling, and they're tough kids. They're really nice kids. They work hard. They do everything we ask, and they're starting to see some of the rewards of hard work. And it's you know, anytime that starts to pay off for you, your program starts to, you know, get going the right direction again.
Well, Coach, thank you very much. We'll let you get loaded up, get these guys a little bit of rest tonight, and we'll see you down in
11:30 tomorrow. We're on the road, so yeah, thanks, Scott. Appreciate it.
Coach, thanks for stopping by. We'll take a short break, and we're going to bring you more Lincoln High School Red Raider Wrestling when we return to West Allis Central.